All right. Hi, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this video today and learning more about our BSBA virtual program, Entrepreneurship and Startups in Europe. I'm joined today by a couple people from Accent who are going to share more information about the program.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Sarah. So Accent Global Learning is an organization that works with universities like WashU to create and support study abroad programs. And we've worked together for over 20 years, especially with Olin Business School, putting together programs like the BSBA semester in Madrid, the BSBA internship program in London, the European study tour, lots of programs you might have heard about. And while education abroad isn't possible at this exact moment, we're very excited to be sharing with you a course opportunity for this summer offered virtually. So I'm Jim Perry. I work with Accent to develop these courses and programs, working very closely with everyone at WashU. And my colleague Vanessa will introduce herself.
I'm Vanessa. I'm the Madrid Study Center Director, and I will be the person on site helping put together this program for you together with our local faculty.
Excellent. Good. So the course that we're introducing today is called Entrepreneurship and Startups in Europe. And I think the first question that we want to help answer for you or help provide you some information on is, why would you choose this course over the other summer session courses that are being offered virtually by WashU? And I think it's important to emphasize that this particular course was designed to be taught abroad, and in fact has been taught abroad in previous years. And because of that, it was designed specifically as a course to enhance your skills in global thinking. And global thinking it's about more than simply being abroad or traveling internationally, or even more than just studying an internationally oriented topic. It's a form of critical thinking that will really help you to stand out amongst your peers, whether that is in future coursework, in internship interviews, or when you're applying for graduate school. And this new framework or new way of approaching problems globally will mean that as a result of this course, you're able to approach complex problems, thinking about things like cultural identity and cultural differences from one country to the next in value systems, in the way we communicate, in the way we approach conflict, but also approaching problems with an awareness and an understanding of different national histories, differences in social, economic, and political structures, and really emphasizing work across disciplines. So this course will, of course, take into account important business areas and disciplines like marketing, finance, strategy, operations, organizational behavior, but also really ask you to think carefully about other disciplines like history and sociology, economics, and how all of these areas of study and approaches will help you to learn more about entrepreneurship in Europe and in Spain, but also to identify some of the problems that are existing currently and how you might proactively propose some solutions.
And why Madrid? Well, Madrid is a very historical city, so there are established businesses and companies, international and local, but it's also very dynamic and metropolitan European capital. You can find people from everywhere, so it's like a global crossroads. It's home to over 3 million people, and there are lots of businesses registered. And of course, in the field of entrepreneurship, it has become a hub as well, together with Barcelona in Spain and other cities in Europe. It's also a key player in the European economic area, especially incorporating, right, the view of the southern countries, right? That it's not France, Germany, right, that usually lead, the UK before, of course, they're not part of the EU any longer. But that view from the southern part, Italy, Greece, Spain, Portugal, it's one of the key players in that field.
Excellent. And entrepreneurship is really important in Spain. I think Spain is a fascinating case study of entrepreneurship for you within Europe. Small and medium enterprises comprise the vast majority of Spain's GDP, and also more than 80% of employment is through these types of small businesses and entrepreneurial ventures. Entrepreneurs and small businesses have been key to Spain throughout history in recovering from economic crisis and in periods of economic transition, whether that was in the 70s and 80s when Spain was coming out of decades of fascist rule, after the 2008 economic crisis, of which Spain was hit among some of those Southern European countries that Vanessa just mentioned. Spain was hit among the hardest in 2008, and the role of startup organizations and small businesses and entrepreneurs is very interesting to study, as Spain was one of the best performing countries after that recession as far as kind of speed in coming back, getting back up to speed. And finally, we're in an economic crisis at the moment related to the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. And so this course is timely in its ability to not only study the role of entrepreneurship through these different stages of Spain's economic development, but also think critically about how Spain's unique entrepreneurial ecosystem, but also its relationship with Europe and the different aid packages and investments that Europe and European countries will be making in the entire economic area to get all of us through this period of difficulty, how that is impacting Spain and Spanish entrepreneurs. And we have a vast network of similar startups in different areas in Madrid and throughout Spain that you'll be able to study very carefully to understand these interesting and unique dynamics.
Together with the Madrid team, our professor, the Madrid faculty, Arantzazu Narbona, will be teaching the course virtually. She is currently a professor at Universidad de Alcalá in Spain, the economics department, and also at Universidad Complutense, and is the director of an executive MBA, right, at ESADE, that is one of the business schools most well known here in Spain. She was an international student herself, right? She got her PhD from the University of Sciences Po in Paris and Alcalá de Henares. So she really enjoys having international experiences, and she has been teaching for us for a few years now. I would say more than 10 years working with accent. And she loves that experience, right? Teaching US students with us. She combines, her academic and research interest with actually being an entrepreneur herself. So she's the founder and managing director of a training consulting firm as well. So she comes from the professional world, but also from the academic world, and will be able to share all that she has to offer during the course. She has taught this course on site before, and this is, her opinion on the program. And I quote, she says, "This program offers a comprehensive understanding of the entrepreneurial environment in Europe. In Madrid, you will meet virtually with the startups that have made Madrid into one of Spain's most innovative economic systems." End of quote. So she really enjoys teaching this program, and she really thinks that Madrid is a good place to do this type of study and consulting work, actually.
Excellent. Yeah, that's our next topic to highlight for you. Is really at the center of this course is a consulting project. And this quote, is from a past participant from Olin in the program and in the course. A highlight for students has been working as international consultants. The companies are not entertaining students. They're not, doing us a favor, doing you a favor by letting you come in. They're truly looking for advice, and they're looking for advice that is based on the key concepts and the key messages of this course, which is students who have a strong business background and who are really investing time and energy in understanding how entrepreneurship works in Europe and specifically in Spain. And then doing a deep dive into where they are with their company right now, what their goals are, what phase they are in their development, and what problems that they might identify or that you might identify as the consultant, and what solutions you'll be able to offer. You'll be working with small groups of your peers from Olin and assigned to different startups in Spain based on your interests and previous experience, and having different groups covering different sectors of the local economy. And you'll be asked to make reference to the EU frameworks you'll be learning about, to the European Union's response to the current economic crisis and how that might impact this particular company, present opportunities for them, or how they might work around some of the challenges they're currently facing. And you'll be asked to do that with an understanding of local culture and history and kind of what it means to run this particular company in Madrid, in Spain, and not in St. Louis or in the US. So it's a really unique opportunity. The startups take seriously your contribution and your feedback, and you'll be giving that to them in a panel presentation at the very end of the program that this year will be virtual, but it will be a presentation that you will make as your team to not only your local faculty member, but to the guest speakers who have joined you throughout the course and to the companies that for whom you're consulting. So it's a unique opportunity and one that past students from Olin have really appreciated. Vanessa, if there's anything I missed about the consulting project that you'd want to add?
No, I can talk a bit more in the next slides.
Okay.
These are just some of the examples of startups and also guest speakers or course visits that we have done, including like Impact Hub, right, Madrid or Universidad Carlos III. And basically the online course, yes, the group consulting project is the main project that you will be working on, but you will also have like classes, right? You will be meeting with Arancha in blended live online classes plus pre-recorded sessions. Most live online classes will be in the morning, St. Louis time, right? So you should be keeping those hours free just to be able to join. But of course, you're not going to have like all day in front of a computer, and we will try to blend them, right? With pre-recorded sessions, hybrid group work, and especially having lectures, guest speakers coming in and talking and joining the virtual meetings, and a lot of discussion groups. For guest speakers, we've been working with economic think tanks, so you will be meeting with them, or startup hubs or incubators, entrepreneurs, right? Examples of entrepreneurs that have, put together their business. And we will also have experts on Spanish history and economy so that you can have a global understanding, right, of how the Spanish identity mixes with business and how business is created in Spain. We will do course visits as well that will show you the culture, including museum tours, a virtual cooking class, and even a flamenco dance lesson. So we'll be sending instructions for you to have all the ingredients you need to cook at your own place, and how you need to dress to be a real flamenco dancer once we conduct the session. So, I mean, the course is of course, you're going to be working hard and focusing on the business consulting project, but there will be other aspects that will enrich your experience and that will bring you close to what the culture is, even if you are not on site. And of course, you can visit us later.
Exactly. So, and since this course has been previously taught as a study abroad program, we have lots of feedback from students, and they really felt that the best part, as I mentioned earlier, was the ability to work as a consultant, to be really treated as a professional in an international space, and to gain that experience to, then bring on into future interviews, future applications and things as part of your tool set and part of your resume. Not only are you working as an international consultant, but the program really offers an opportunity to have an in-depth look into Spain and an understanding of what it means to be an entrepreneur in Spain. And that comes from your experience working, directly in the virtual classroom with Professor Narbona from Madrid, but also hearing from guest speakers from around Spain, having leaders of think tanks, entrepreneurial startup hubs and incubators join your class as guest speakers, so that yes, you do have one professor, but you're really hearing multiple voices and perspectives throughout the weeks that you're involved in the summer course. And that really allows you to learn more about Spanish culture and the particular entrepreneurial ecosystem in Madrid. So So it's a hands-on course. It takes business and culture and combines them for a really unique opportunity for you. And we think it's a great opportunity for you to develop these global thinking and critical thinking skills that will really set you apart from your peers for your future endeavors. So be excited to have you participate. And well, you can send any of your questions on over to our colleague Sarah in St. Louis after you viewed the video.
Yes, feel free to let me know if you do have any questions. You can reach out to me at any point, and I'm more than happy to help answer any questions. As you can see, the application deadline is March 10th. The application has changed a little bit from the previous application, so it is pared down. There aren't a lot of instructions that need to go along with it because it's fairly simple, but if there are any questions, feel free to reach out. Thanks.
Thank you. Looking
Thanks.
forward for you to join.